Welcome in the ninth practical, and this series of practical is important for the student of 5th SEM under the new education policy. In this practical we will learn the code of enumerate command, itemize command, and how many times you can use the enumerate command and itemize command in a document. We will learn the nesting of enumerate and itemize commands. So first I will tell you the syntax, and then we will practice some listing, and at last I will ask a question. I will give you a document to write in the Latex environment in TechMaker, and in the last I will give you the code, and I will paste in the description box. You can see the code in the description box also. And first of all, what is enumerate commands and how we can use this in the Latex. First I will tell you the syntax for this. So your syntax for this is this one, enumerate command. We will use the enumerate command to write this numbering system in your document 1 and 2. If you want to write the 1 and 2 in your document, that is you will use backslash, this backslash and begin, and here is curly braces, and this curly braces close, and in this environment you will write this enumerate. If you use the backslash begin, you always use backslash and everywhere, and then if you are using enumerate command, so you will write backslash enumerate, and in between the begin environment you will write backslash itemize here, and this dot 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 dot. Okay, so this command will show you this output, one due to this first itemize, and second for the second itemize. One thing is important here, that is there is at least one backslash item in your begin and end environment. Okay, so this enumerate commands, this enumerate environment produces a numbered list. Always remember this thing. Okay, now the second is itemize command. For itemize, we will just replace this enumerate by word itemize. Okay, for this your syntax is these lines. I hope this is clear to you. Backslash begin, curly bracket, itemize and braces close, backslash item, backslash item. You can write any items as you are desired according to your question, and this environment produces bulleted list. It will produce the bulleted list, and you can also use these enumerate and itemize commands in the nested form. Inside itemize you can use another itemize or any enumerate commands, and it has also limit inside any itemize command or enumerations. Nested can be done up to 4 level deep, and after then it will refuse to do this. We will practice this in the Latex environment. So suppose you want to write this output. I also was showing you the output. Suppose you want to write enumerate numbering is here, one medical and the second is non-medical. Inside the medical you want to bullet, that is biology. As you know, the medical student have the subjects biology, physics and chemistry up to the after +1, after 10, sorry. So how to write this? I wrote here the code here. I wrote code for this output. So first you will write the backslash begin enumerate, and when you use the backslash begin, there is immediately the backslash end of this enumerate. So this end enumerate is the end of this line. I wrote item medical. It will gives you the first number, that is 1 medical. Okay, under this environment, under itemize, you want to write a bullet which contain the subject biology. So here is begin itemize. So for this begin, there is backslash and itemize, and in between these environment there is backslash item biology here. So it will gives you this biology. Now for this enumerate, the item is backslash item, and in place just downward backslash item. This item is corresponding to my enumerate. Okay, so for my convenience, I wrote this in the nested form so that I am able to understand for which enumerate or itemize I am using the item command. So you can use these lines in your document. So I want to in second number the non-medical. So I wrote backslash item non-medical. In this environment, I started a new itemize, that is begin itemize and end itemize. And I wrote for non-medical, they have the subject mathematics. You can extend this. I will show this in the MICTEC and Latex output in our practical. So first I am telling just the code for all this. You can take the screenshot and you can practice it in your lab. Okay, so it will produce this output. Okay, now I want my output bulleted outside and the numbering inside, like this. Suppose you want a stat physics student, so your subject is mathematics, physics and stat, and computer physics student, so mathematics, physics and computer. So how to write this output in your Latex? So first outside you will use backslash begin itemize. So for the code for this output is this one, begin itemize. So for this begin there should be an and backslash and itemize. So this produce the bullets, and I wrote here backslash item. So in place of stat physics there is bullet first here, and inside this I wrote enumerate command. This one, this environment I bold it. So this is 1 mathematics, 2 physics and 3 stat. Similarly here. So you will practice this in your Latex environment, then you will obtain, take the screenshot and write down or practice all these in your computer or where you install your Latex, or on the OR-leaf you can practice it. Your output will be like this. Okay, now the question is how many times I can use this begin itemize and begin enumerate. So the limit for this is 4. So nested enumerate can be used for 4 times. By default it will produce the output like this. This is your output. I have shown here the nested form of enumerate 4 times. So by default numbering at each level is done by this. First number you will write numbering 1, and second may simple bracket ABC. Third your simple simple numbers, and the fourth number, that is capital A series. Okay, so I read there this one begin enumerate and end enumerate. First I just write only the 1 item because there is necessity for this. If I am not writing this item, so it will not compile. Okay, so at least you have to put 1 time item here. This is my first enumerate, and the effect of this enumerate is like this. 1. If I wrote second item here, then its number will be 2. But I am not writing, I just want to show the limit of enumerate in your document. So you will write here the second enumerate command. So its effect is small abc output, and third enumerate is small i2, ii आ जाएगा, ii3 आ जाएगा, and then the last is capital ABC series. So if you write this code, this one code in your Latex, your output will be like this. Similarly, in place of if enumerate, you will replace this enumerate by itemize, your output will be like this. These are the series of bullets, and first number begin itemize, it will produce the big bullet. Okay, the second itemize, its effect is this hyphen series. Anytime how it depend upon your item. I wrote here only the single item, so I am getting single output here. Okay, then you will write third itemize, it will produce the star, and if you again use the begin itemize, it will produce a simple dot here. So the limit for this is 4 number of itemize. You can use the enumerate inside itemize or itemize inside the enumerate, but the limit is 4 times. Okay, and now I am giving you the problem, and in your exam this type of problem will be given. Here I am writing just only the text, but in your examination maybe the examiner may ask to write your any mathematical expressions, mathematical symbols, Greek letters, and formatting, font size, anything they can ask to you. Okay, I'm just writing this, I'm just asking this practical, write a document which shows the output like this. I gave you output and I'm asking you to write this one. So I hope using the above syntax you can easily write this commands. So I'm saying here 1, this is 2. It means I use here begin enumerate commands, and inside this there is begin itemize. Okay, 2 times I am using here, and I also gave you one output that is demanding for bullet is outside and numbering is inside. Let us see the code for this documents. Okay, I hope ये clear है आपको. Let us open our Latex environment. Now I'm opening a Latex as I already opened, so I'm opening this from here. First of all, you will take a new document as I already taken, so I'm taking the copy paste of this one. So first you will write a open new, so this will give you this document. I wrote here so begin document. When you start your begin document, there is command backslash and curly bracket, curly close, and document. This is our first practical. I already told you the syntax used here. So I am writing the begin document and the end document. Okay. As there is demand, write a document which shows the output as example of itemize inside inside enumerate. So okay, I'm making this heading there, so I'm copying it here, Control C. So I will write this in my document. this is document. Okay, so I wrote here the backslash section, and this if I compile it, it will not compile. The reason being is I did not save this. So first I will save, then I can compile it. So I am saving from file, save as. It's our 9th practical, so I am writing practical 9 for the 5th sem. So I am writing this is 5th sem. So I already told you how to save this, so you can just practice it. This is, now I want to write this medical here, and for this there is numbering. So which command you will use? Kindly tell me. Here you will use backslash begin enumerate. So here is backslash begin. This is begin, and when you use the begin command, you already use commands open here. So this shift, curly bracket, curly close, begin, you want to numbering, so enumerate. If you write this mathematical tool is appearing, so you can clicking it automatically and enumerate will appear here. Then you will write backslash item, this item, for this there should be a backslash, otherwise it will not work. Backslash itemize, and in itemize you want to write the medical. I already wrote, but I want to show you at the first step. So begin enumerate, and there is item. When you compile it, you can compile this from the kick build. So when you compile, your output is only the single word, that is medical. If you want here the second word, that is non-medical, so you will write itemize and then non-medical. So this will appear as a numbering second time. Okay, this one. This is the way. I just want to first show the effect of itemize. So in the same way, if you write begin itemize, you will obtain the bulleted here. So I am taking this from my already wrote practical. This is not your practical. Your practical list is this one. So if you write the begin itemize and itemize, I want to show this first practical, first your effect of itemize. So suppose you want to write here new line character, and then you want to write this one. So it will shows you the bullet biology, physics and chemistry. Let us check this. There is an error. The reason being is itemized biology. This line is not here. Begin itemize, this one, document is line this one. Let us compile it again. This new line character is not accepted here. Okay. So this type of problem you will face when you compile your program in your environment. So no problem. So I wrote this environment separately, so my output comes out separately. I hope this is clear. But this is not asked by examiner. Examiner said me which type of document. It is a medical, and inside medical there is bullet, and non-medical there is bullet. So to take this output, you have to put your begin environment inside this itemized environment. So you can make it nested form so that it is clear to you where your itemize started and where your enumerate started. So for this you can write some nested form here like this. So you can write this one, and this line is here. So it will gives you medical, biology, physics and chemistry, like this. This will be your output. Similarly, you can write your output in the non-medical. So here you will write just these commands. So in place of biology there is mathematics. The output is mathematics. So first number is mathematics. So you will write the mathematics here. Mathematics. Okay. I hope this is clear to you. Similarly, you can reverse the order of this one. Inside itemize, if you use the enumerate, the effect is reverse. Then bullet outside and the numbering inside. So I am writing this from my already wrote practical. So that as there is a section of this, so I am writing section here. So I am just writing these lines from my already wrote practical. And this is this. So begin enumerate. I am generating a new section for this, and here I am writing begin itemize. So I wrote here end itemize. Then I wrote the item stat physics. So this shows me the bullet stat physics, and then inside the bullet stat physics there is the subject of these branches. Okay, and this is the output. This is the end of your practical. Now you can practice enumerate inside enumerate. If you want to see, I will show you what effect is there. Suppose you want to check how many time your enumerate will work. So you can write, suppose I wrote here this one. I will show this in your Latex environment. So you can write all this. This is other than the practical required, because I did not ask in the document, so you need not to do it there. This is just only for the knowledge. Suppose you want to know the effect of this one. Here suppose you want a new section. What I done here, nested enumerate 4 times. Enumerate output. You can write this. Here the numbering is compared to be 1A and this one. Enumerate output. So if you use your enumerate, itemize, enumerate, itemize, enumerate, फिर itemize, these are 4 times. So your output is like this. Okay. But suppose I want to check the limit of this enumeration, how many time I can use. If by mistake I put this 5th time also, it will refuse me to do this item, and then I am using again the itemize command. So I want to check whether it will run or not. The answer will be no. Let us check whether it will run or not. So here I wrote one more, begin and enumerate. So if I compile it, it will not work. Okay, so no need to write this. So I am again eliminating this line. I just want to check. Here is the 2 deeply nested आपका enumerate आपने use किया, तो it is not working here. So for this, so we will have the limit to use this itemizing and listing. 4 times maximum I can use. Practice the enumerate and itemize inside each other and in their limit in your class. I will ask the questions there. You can ask the question me from in the classroom. Okay. So this is the code for your practical to write this document. I am again showing you the practical code. In examination, various type of document may be asked. The examiner may put here some mathematical equations. We already practiced them in the 7th, 6th, 6th and 5th practical. Okay, and now I will write this code in the description box, so you can copy it from that description box Okay, so thank you so much.